let's now head to Berlin to talk to Nick Spicer. Nick, let's just take us through what the reaction has been from both the media and also Germany's leaders.
Well, Germany's leaders, Chancellor Olaf Scholz has said that Germany mourns the passing of the Queen. She did great work in reconciling the two countries at a time when Germany really needed a friend, and that her sense of humor would be missed as well. And the President, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, saying similar things, underlying the need for the two countries to get along together after the Second World War. I'll tell you about the popular reaction in terms of how the presses react. Front page everywhere, of course. The Queen from the Süddeutsche Zeitung, which is a left-wing newspaper, not particularly monarchist. They quote Shakespeare in the editorial, saying that even the greatest ruler need not fear death because what matters is what they've done in life, and predicting that her reign will be seen as a second Elizabethan age. And then the Tagesspiegel, which is a newspaper here in Germany, having an editorial entitled Elizabeth the Strong, and underlining, as we just heard in an earlier report, that the empire faded away as other European empires did, but it did so with dignity thanks to her through its transformation into the Commonwealth, and that she was popular across social classes. And I think the newspaper that was the most committed to her really is this Berliner Zeitung, which has 10 pages devoted to her life, even the back page, if you happen to miss the front page, underlining her 5 visits to Germany, particularly the first one in 1965, where she was received by 1 million people here in Berlin in a sort of Kennedy-esque kind of Ich bin ein Berliner moment. And the editorial is saying, I can only write this with tears in my eyes. The world has lost somebody, and the world will be poor without her.
Nick, what exactly was Olaf Scholz referring to when he spoke of the Queen's role in reconciling both the UK and Germany?
Well, it's really that, I think, that first trip I was just referring to, 1965, there hadn't been a visit by a German, a British head of state for 50 years, because there had been 2 world wars. What she did was she had an 11-day trip through the country. She came here, a crowd of 1 million at the same place where Kennedy gave his speech. The people were chanting, Elizabeth, Elizabeth, Elizabeth. And she said, and I would like to thank you all for the kindness you have shown to my troops who are here working with you to defend peace and democracy. And so it was really important for West Germany at the time to be able to sort of polish its image internationally, to have Britain, a British monarch, reach out a welcoming hand to bring them up onto the world stage as a respectable player after the Nazi era, where they were looking for friends. And she was especially good as a messenger, because the Windsor family, of course, was the Saxe-Coburg-Gotha family until 1917, basically German. When she was here, she visited Charlottenburg Castle, looked at some paintings, and said, oh, well, this person became George I. The Germans knew that. The Germans knew she was very German to a certain extent. So even though she's supposed to be apolitical, her personal side made her message to a certain extent quite political. At least it was very well received and very welcomed by the Germans at a time when they needed a friend on the international stage.
Nick Spicer reporting there from Berlin. Thank you.